welcome to your English session. Today in this session, we will do The Tempest, written by William Shakespeare, Act 3, Scene 1, summary and critical appreciation, plus we will discuss lines 1 till 20 of your text. Children, before I start with the objectives of this session, I would like to remind you that you have to reread the text so that you can quote important lines and keywords in your paper. Now let us see your objectives of this session. By the end of this session, you will be able to understand the summary of Act 3, Scene 1 of the play. You will be able to understand the critical appreciation of the play and the explanation of lines 1 till 20. Now let us start with summary of Act 3, Scene 1, which is given in your workbook. The scene takes place outside Prospero's cell. Ferdinand enters carrying a log of wood. Prospero has given this work to Ferdinand in order to make sure that he has the genuine qualities to be the husband of his daughter. Genuine means sincere. So children, where is the scene set? The scene is set outside Prospero's cell. And who enters the scene? Ferdinand enters the scene. And what is he carrying? He is carrying a log of wood. So children, Prospero has ordered Ferdinand to collect the log of wood. He has given this punishment to him because he wanted to test Ferdinand with whom he wanted to marry his daughter. Miranda is extremely sad to see Ferdinand working so hard. She wishes that lightning should burn up those logs that he was asked to pile. So, Miranda feels sympathy for Ferdinand and wishes the lightning had burned up those logs that Ferdinand is ordered to stack. Now let us see next slide. She requests Ferdinand to rest, but Ferdinand wants to remind her that he has to finish the task before the sun sets. Miranda wants to carry the logs in his place so that he can take some rest. But Ferdinand declines the offer. Declines means refuses. So children, Miranda feels sympathy for Ferdinand and asks him to let her carry the wood for a while. But Ferdinand refuses to do so. Now let us see further. Prospero had ordered Ferdinand to pile up the logs of wood also as a punishment for invading the island. Pile up means an accumulation of specific thing. Invading means entering. So actually Prospero has given Ferdinand punishment because he thinks that he has come on his island to occupy it from him. But he is pleased to find the two young people fall in love with each other. This is exactly what he had planned, and that was why he had ordered Ariel to lure Ferdinand to his cell. Miranda thinks that Prospero is not present when she speaks to Ferdinand, but he is actually hidden close by. Lure means to attract. So children, Prospero has imposed some punishment on Ferdinand for invading into his uninhabited island. He has instructed him to fetch wood. Miranda comes to him while he is working and requests Ferdinand to let her do the task. On the other hand, Prospero, who is hidden close by, watches the couple talking to each other. Now let us see further. When Miranda wants to know whether Ferdinand loves her, he swears by heaven and earth that he does. When Miranda hears this, she bursts out into tears. She tells Ferdinand that though she is not worthy of him, she would be his wife if he wants her. Ferdinand accepts her offer instantly, much to the pleasure of hidden Prospero. Instantly means immediately. So Ferdinand is fascinated by Miranda's charms and asks her her name and says that he has never seen such a beautiful woman, and swears by heaven and replies that he does love her. At this remark, Miranda bursts into tears and says that though she is not worthy, she will marry him if he wants her as his wife. He instantly gives his consent to marry her. Prospero, who is watching all this from his hiding place, is highly pleased and comments that he is very glad as everything is working out as per his plan. Now, critical appreciation. So, the first point in critical appreciation is hurried courtship. Now, what is courtship, children? Courtship is a period during which a couple develop a romantic relationship before getting married. So, Shakespeare has kept the courtship between Miranda and Ferdinand short. He intends to portray idealized love between two young couples. Idealized means represented as perfect or better than in reality. A prolonged duration of courtship would have necessitated the arousal of passions which would have destroyed the innocent love between the couple. Prolonged means continuing for a long time. So, in order to keep the love between the young couple pure, Shakespeare has kept the period of courtship small. Now, let us do the next point, love at first sight. In Shakespeare's comedies, characters fall in love at first sight and love ends in marriage. The Tempest is a comedy in a sense, and falling in love of Miranda and Ferdinand was immediately after they set their eyes on each other. Though a proposal for marriage within 10 minutes of first meeting may look odd, yet it was vital from Shakespeare's point of view. Vital means important. So, children, in this scene, we find an idealized depiction of love between Ferdinand and Miranda. It is generally commented upon as love at first sight. Ferdinand and Miranda see each other for the first time, fall in love with each other, and then propose to each other for marriage. Now, next point. In this case, he wanted to maintain the three unities of classical drama, and he could not introduce a prolonged period of courting and yet maintain unity of time as well as of action. This is the reason why Ferdinand and Miranda could not be developed as credible characters within the short time. Credible means convincing. Children, the classical unities or three unities in dramas are the unity of action, the unity of place, and the unity of time. The unity of action means that a play should have main action that it follows with no or few subplots. The unity of place means a play should cover a single physical space and the stage should not represent more than one place. The unity of time means the action in a play should take place over no more than 24 hours. So, in order to maintain three unities, Shakespeare has hurried the courtship between Miranda and Ferdinand. Now, next point, Ferdinand and the menial task. Ferdinand is given the task of carrying logs of wood, something which Prospero had continually ordered Caliban to do. Ferdinand's first reaction to it is to resist, but this quickly changes into meek submission. This is done to show his love for Miranda. The heir apparent to the throne of Naples happily submits himself to the most menial of works to prove his love. Meek means quiet, menial, not requiring much skill and lacking prestige. So children, this scene also throws light on the character of Ferdinand. Ferdinand, who is asked to fetch wood from different places, resists in beginning, but then accepts the necessity of his toil as a way to prove his love for Miranda. See next. It is necessary for Ferdinand to show discipline, hard work and humility as his character traits to convince Prospero to give his daughter in marriage to him. Humility, the quality of having a modest or low view of one's importance. So, Ferdinand accepts Prospero's advice that sacrifice, discipline, and hard work are necessary to win the hand of Miranda in marriage. The scene is significant for it depicts the progress of Prospero's plan. Now, let us see the next slide. Caliban's hard work. Caliban is reduced to relentless hard worker. His work remains unrewarded. Relentless means intense. He resists endlessly and is punished just as relentlessly for it. His sole guiding factor is instinct, which abhors any suggestion of external control. Instinct means an innate, typically fixed pattern of behavior in response to certain stimuli. Abhors means regard with disgust and hatred. So children, Ferdinand is given the task of carrying a log of wood, which Prospero had given to Caliban also. But Caliban's work will be unrewarded. Moreover, he is punished by Prospero for his every wrong act. He is a hard worker, but he is punished for his wrongdoing. Next point, subplot joined to the main plot. The main plot of forgiveness is developed in the subplot of the play. The main plot involves Prospero's forgiveness of his enemies. The subplot of the love between Miranda and Ferdinand is vital for the main plot. Subplot means a subordinate plot in a play, novel, or similar work. So the dramatic purpose of Shakespeare in The Tempest is to illustrate a profound idea. And what is the idea? The idea is that this play contains a moral of its own, that is, freedom and forgiveness. This is the main plot of our play. On the other hand, the love story of Ferdinand and Miranda is a subplot of the play, which is necessary for the advancement of our main plot. Now let us see next slide. The Tempest is about pardon and atonement for the sins and mistakes of one generation through the second generation. Through the love of the young generation, such a theme is developed in The Tempest. This process of reconciliation through sons and daughters naturally is a slow one. Shakespeare brings about reconciliation by unfolding of an old wrong, gathering all those who were injured and those who caused injury. Then he transformed his revenge into forgiveness. All this was done in short period of 3 hours. Now let us see the meaning. Pardon means the action of forgiving. Atonement means the action of making amends for a wrong or injury. Reconciliation means the restoration of friendly relations. Children, the theme of sin, atonement and reconciliation is seen throughout the play. The love story of Ferdinand and Miranda cancelled the betrayals of their elders. Shakespeare restored friendly relations between Prospero and his enemies. Who are his enemies, children? Antonio, Alonso and Sebastian. And how is he going to restore the friendly relation? By the marriage of Ferdinand and Miranda. Thus, in the play, Prospero, the rightful Duke of Milan, transformed his revenge into forgiveness. All this was done in a short period of 3 hours. Now let us see the next slide. So the next slide is the right of colonization. Shakespeare's views on slavery and colonization are seen in The Tempest. The savage Caliban complains about it. Colonization means the action or process of settling among and establishing control over the indigenous people of an area. He says, "This island is mine by Sycorax, my mother, which thou takest from me." So who has taken this island from him? Prospero has taken this island from Caliban. This is Caliban's claim on the island, and it is left to us to establish whether or not Prospero had any right to control Caliban and his natural island. However, at the end of the play, Caliban is given undisturbed possession of the island. During Shakespeare's time, English and European settlers were colonizing distant lands around the globe. The Tempest explores the complex and problematic relationship between the European colonizer and the native people through the relationship between Prospero and Caliban. Caliban complains in the play that Prospero has usurped his island and soon realizes that Prospero views him as a second-class citizen fit only to serve. But at the end, he was given his island by Prospero. The situation of Caliban had to be undergone by millions of natives in their country due to the unscrupulous colonialists. The tribal people were no match for the cunning ways of the European invaders. Unscrupulous means having or showing no moral principles, not honest or fair. Invaders, a person or group that invades a country, region, or other place. Most of them succumbed to the worthless burdens imposed on them by the colonialists. To a large extent, more than half the world is still a victim to the materialism and consumerism of the colonialists. Succumbed means fail to resist pressure, temptation, or some other negative force. Materialism, a tendency to consider material possessions and physical comfort as more important than spiritual values. Consumerism means the protection or promotion of the interests of consumers. So children, in the end, Prospero returns Caliban his island. And through this play, Shakespeare has highlighted the pain of millions of natives whose land has been taken by the European invaders. Even we have read one chapter in our 10th standard literature. The name of the chapter is Chief Seattle's Speech. So we can relate that how a native feels when he has to leave his homeland. So same was the condition of the natives during colonization. Now let us discuss lines 1 till 14. Enter Ferdinand bearing a log. Ferdinand. There be some sports are painful, and their labor delight in them sets off. Sets off means shows to be the best advantage. So children, here the scene is set before Prospero's cell. Ferdinand enters the scene bearing a log of wood. Ferdinand says that some games are difficult, but delight in doing them makes up for the toil which they involve. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. Poor matters means things despised, rich ends means honorable purpose. Some kinds of baseness till rich ends mean some kind of base work can be endured with a noble spirit, and some poor tasks can achieve fine result. Here Ferdinand says that some kinds of dishonorable manual labor are undertaken for noble reason, and many things that bring no money can lead to great wealth in the end. He speaks these dialogues while collecting the log of wood. It was a punishment given to him by Prospero. Now let us see next dialogue. This my mean task would be as heavy to me as odious, but The mistress which I serve quickens what is dead, and makes my labors pleasure. Heavy means toilsome, odious means hateful, quickens what is dead means gives life to a dull or a dead task. Here he says that this hard and undignified work. So, which work is considered as hard and undignified by Ferdinand? Ferdinand considers the task of collecting log of wood is considered as hard and burdensome to him. He says that this mean task would be as burdensome to him as it is hateful. But the woman for whom he is doing this makes what is awful seem wonderful. So, children, whom is Ferdinand talking about? Ferdinand is talking about Miranda. He says that Miranda makes his hard work seem like a pleasure. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father's crabbed, and he is composed of harshness. Crabbed means ill-tempered. He says that Miranda is 10 times more gentle than her father. He says that her father is ill-tempered and he is made up entirely of rudeness. Composed of harshness means entirely made of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction. Sore injunction means task involving punishment for non-fulfillment. He says that he has to remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up according to the strict order of Prospero. Failing to it will result in severe punishment for him. My sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work and says, such baseness had never like executor. Executor means performer. He says that his beautiful mistress weeps. So who is his beautiful mistress, children? His beautiful mistress here refers to Miranda. So Miranda weeps out of sympathy when she sees Ferdinand engaged in the labor and tells him that such base work was never performed by such an esteemed worker. So who is the esteemed worker here, children? Esteemed worker here refers to Ferdinand. I forget, but these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors. Most busy least when I do it. Most busy least when I do it. Most busy least when I do it. So here he says that the sweet thoughts of his mistress refresh him and make him forget that he is working, especially when he is working the hardest. Enter Miranda and Prospero at a distance unseen. So children, Miranda enters, followed by Prospero, who remains unseen by the others. Now, gist of these lines. Ferdinand enters the scene carrying a log of wood. He says that there are some sports which are toilsome, but the joy in doing them makes up for the toil. Toilsome means involving hard or tedious work. He says that sometimes it is noble to undertake some humble jobs. Many poor jobs yield rich results. This means that the work he does is as hard to him as it is hateful. But the mistress whom he serves makes it interesting and pleasant. But actually, it is dull and toilsome. He further says that she is 10 times gentler than her father, who is an ill-tempered person. He says that he has to remove thousands of these logs and pile them as per Prospero's strict order. Miranda weeps when she sees him working and says, such low work was never done by anyone so noble as Ferdinand. Now let us see next lines. Lines 15 to 20. Miranda. Alas, now, pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up those logs. that you are enjoined to pile. Here Miranda begs, or we can say appeals, to Ferdinand not to work so hard. She wishes lightning had fallen upon and burnt those logs which he has been ordered by her father to carry and pile. Pray set it down and rest you. When this burns, it will weep for having wearied you. It means she requests Ferdinand to put the log down and rest, and says that when this log is burnt to make fire, the moisture that comes from burning wood will seem to be the tears of sympathy which this log will shed for having tired him. My father is hard at study. Pray now rest yourself. He's safe for these 3 hours. Safe means out of the way. She says that her father is busily engaged in study. So children, which study does he do? Prospero studies the book of magic and philosophy. She requests Ferdinand to take rest as there is no danger for him for the next 3 hours. Now let us see gist of these lines. Miranda begs Ferdinand not to work hard. She wishes the lightning had burnt up those logs that Ferdinand is ordered to pile up. She requests him to put the log down and rest. She says that when the log burns, it will weep to think that it had tired him. She requests him to take rest as her father is busy in reading his books. She is sure that her father will not come out for the next 3 hours. So children, I hope that you are clear with the summary, critical appreciation and lines 1 till 20 of Act 3, Scene 1. So your homework is to do extract 1 of Act 3, Scene 1 at page number 112 to 114 of the Tempest workbook. Thank you so much children. Please read your text again so that you can quote important lines and keywords from it. Thank you so much everyone.